You're listening to the beats, grooves and vibes of the Strong Beer Mini Mix. Strong Beer Mini
My name is Tama. I'm from Strong Beer Music. Why is it called Strong Beer Music? Because it's my last name. Not very complicated. How long have I been DJing? I'm 43 now. I've been DJing since I was 13, so 30 years. I've DJed everything from disco to high energy to house to freestyle to techno to house to deep house to old house, Chicago house. When I first started DJing, things were a little different. Everything was analog, so it was turntables, it was mixers, it was crates and crates and crates of records, and you're sitting there with 80 to 100 records per crate, and each crate it felt like it weighed 1,000,000 pounds, and you're lugging around 5 or 6, 7 crates of records. You know, only good things were speakers were much louder back then, but much heavier. The most difficult time to DJ was definitely the 90s, and it wasn't because of anything weird. It was just the technology kept changing and changing and changing and changing. So you start out with vinyls, and then you went to a digital vinyl system, and then started with the MP3s, and then you started with, you know, CD DJs, and there were like so many different kinds, and it was just that you'd buy something today that was state of the art, and then in 6 months it's outdated, or people were moving on to the next big thing. And it wasn't really until the 2000s where everyone's just going on straight MP3s, you know, MP4s, and just DJing in a 100% digital environment. Things became so much simpler. 1 to carry, 2 to set up, 3 to DJ, and 4 is your access to music became exponential. Like, you were exposed to the whole world because of the internet. While in the 80s and 90s, I mean, you were literally going from Brooklyn to the Bronx to Philadelphia to South Jersey and Middle Jersey just to find that one record that nobody had. And you were so crazy about no one finding out about it, you'd wash off the label, you know, and you'd make your own way of your own label and things like that, so no one else would know what you're playing. Now people Shazam it, SoundCloud it, SoundHound it. Oh, that's the song, great. Or people post their playlists. I post my playlists because there's no use in trying to hide what I'm playing. The only thing you're not going to find are my mashups, my remixes, and everything else, because I do them, and I don't post those because they're just for me, period. DJing's changed so much because of technology. Now Joe Schmo, any idiot, can grab an iPod and play it at a party and like, oh, I'm a DJ. No, you're someone who's playing an iPod. Or people who come in and they just spend a couple $100 and get some DJ equipment, hook it up to their laptop, and I'm a DJ. Well, you technically might be a DJ. I love the physicality of vinyl, putting your hands on it, speeding it up, slowing it down, looking through your records. I mean, I can literally look through a crate of records and know what I'm looking at. And now it's just type it in. It is what it is. The mechanics of DJing has changed, but the skill of DJing is exactly the same. From the first day I did it to the next minute I do it. The skill of it is still the same. What is my favorite technology of DJing today? The fact that it's miniaturized. Everything's more compact. Where my laptop has 65,000 songs, I can have my laptop, my controller, 2 speakers, and a bag of cables, and I'm out the door. All this can fit in a Honda Civic, no problem. That's what I love, how DJing's become so much smaller than it used to be, because before it was 2 or 3 cars. Now